somebody had said something about like me not being that creative.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, not only am I creative,
I'm
I'm
creative as fuck.
as fuck. My mom would prefer me not to say that,
Yes,
but
I
as
don't.
fuck. Okay.
What's up, guys? We're dreamers, we're moms, and welcome to the Mommy Artist Podcast. Now let's get creatively unhinged. What's up, guys, and welcome to the Mommy Artist Podcast. Today, I am sitting down with someone who lives in the intersection between creativity, culture, and storytelling, Sheba Roy. She is the founder of a boutique PR brand building agency called Creative AF Muze. Y'all, she transforms real life experiences into artful strategies that help brands actually shine. She is a mom, a maker, and a marketer who sees creativity as legacy, especially for mothers raising artistic kids. At Creative AF Muse, Sheba leads a team of young creatives, and together they transform ideas into visuals, campaigns, events, and narratives that feel like art, intentional, soulful, and community centered. She has spent years designing expressive art therapy events, building experiential activations, and creating moments that change how people feel, see, and connect. And she's done all of it while raising 2 children over the last 21 years. I cannot wait for you to hear how she blends imagination, culture, motherhood, and marketing, and why she believes creativity is one of the most powerful forms of legacy we can leave behind. Sheba.
Girl, that was like a really great intro. Thank you so much.
No, thank you for being here. I'm so excited.
Yeah, you're welcome. Honestly, listening to it, I'm like, I can't believe I do all that
I
because I'm cool.
know. No, you are so cool. And I'm so excited to be able to talk to you. And honestly, I even had to reschedule. And I kind of was pretty candid with you. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm going through a lot and I have to reschedule these shows. And you're like, I 100% get it. No worries. And that's how I knew that
Yeah.
we were going to connect.
I mean, I just feel like it's become so much easier to live life when you're less rigid
Hmm.
because I've been rigid and super anxious, and any change or shift would like send me like into a deep depression or into an anxious spiral. And honestly, that's how I ended up being an alcoholic. It was
Hmm.
like just being so pent up and full of rage and emotion and feeling
Hmm.
and not having a good outlet for it. So, like, girl, live life. It's okay.
I know, but I was nervous
Yeah.
and you were like just so gracious and kind. And I mean, that's the same thing for me. It's like a lot of anxiety. It's a lot of like, especially when I'm doing this now and it's like out in the public and it's out on YouTube or whatever. I'm like, what are people going to think or just like whatever. And having the outlet, for me, through, mine was like, is my divorce.
Mhm.
And that created a lot of like anxiety. But the art and the creation for me became the outlet. And
Mhm.
it's like, how well that works and how at first when you hear that you're like that's never going to be able to supplement what was I was using or what was happening with
Mhm.
me, and then you really get into it and like slowly but surely the art becomes a therapy and the it's amazing, and it happened to me like first-handedly.
Absolutely. And I mean, and we can really look at art therapy in any way. Like it could be like doodles that you're drawing on a page. It could be starting a podcast. It
Mhm,
could be painting. It could be writing a song,
mhm,
like anything that can get whatever you're feeling out into this universe. And I also believe that those are the pieces of art that touch the people the most. And, like, we never think that when I reveal my pain, somebody else is gonna be like, I relate to this." But you could probably make so much money if you just, like, cried your feelings out and people be
mhm,
like, "I will buy it. I
mhm,
will buy those tears from you."
mhm. So I'm gonna go back to when I first knew about you, first met you.
Yeah.
It was like it was after college days, early 20s,
Yeah.
but I knew you as
Mhm.
Michelle Roy, and
Mhm.
you were, cool. Everyone liked
Really?
you. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yes.
I'm not gonna say that I had, like, an abusive situation happening at that time, but I did not feel like everyone liked me. I felt
Really?
like everybody was like, "You're the worst," and
Amongst friends?
I think that some of that circle, it wasn't them, it was
Mhm.
just, like, There
Mhm.
was a lot of toxicity in our personal relationship.
Mhm.
And I mean, I don't think for my most of my life I felt like people liked me.
Really?
Yeah, which is a lot of what my healing was about.
Is there, like, a top reasons?
Oh, I'm just very sensitive, and I grew up in an aggressive household,
Mhm.
and I was like, "Nobody likes me," because I would get in trouble or I would get
Mhm.
fussed at or,
Mhm.
my sister would pick on me or whatever,
Mhm.
and I became a self-hater,
Yes.
So I was like, "Well, I don't like myself, other people probably don't like me either."
Right.
And people do like me, and I like me, and that's one of the reasons why I wear my natural hair, as much as I can because I didn't like that either.
Mhm.
I grew up one of the only Black children in a sea of white faces, and
Mhm.
that does affect you.
Mhm.
And I had a conversation with one of the girls I grew up with, and I told them, like, a group of them at someone's wedding. I can't remember whose wedding it was. You may have even been there. It may have been one of those. But, I didn't wear my hair curly, but
Mhm.
mostly because I wanted to, like, not stand out in a place where I was already standing out.
Mhm.
And the response was like, "Oh, please." But, like, how could you know?
Right.
Like, that's my truth because
Mhm.
I'm the one inside of this body.
Right.
You can't know what it
Right.
feels like to be ostracized,
Mhm. Mhm.
or picked on or pointed at or, called chocolate, like, all
Yeah.
kinds of crazy stuff,
Mhm. I don't know, it's truly special that you are now, embracing your natural hair
Yeah.
and now your name is not Michelle.
No, it's not.
N
Well, of course, I mean, my name is still Michelle, but
Right.
one of the reasons why I'm not using that name is because people do not know how to pronounce it when they read it on paper or in an email. Like, if I get one more email that's addressed to Mike or Mr.
How do you
Roy,
spell it? I don't
it's
think
Michel. So
Okay.
it kind of, I mean, it's the French masculine.
Okay.
So if you're a French man, people will call you Michelle. But if you're
Okay.
me, they'll call you Michael, which I don't
Okay.
know what the difference is, but it's
That's
really weird.
funny.
So when my mom was pregnant, my mom and dad had this conversation about whether or not to name me Jehoshua. And so they decided against it. I guess my mom was like, no, I'm not
What's the
gonna name.
origins of that?
So it's a biblical name.
Okay.
She had a pretty heroic act. She took her nephew, his name was Joash, he was a baby, and hid him in the temple for like 7 years after her stepmom went crazy and like killed all of her dad's children. She didn't want any heirs other than hers. And then I think her son died. So she went and hid this baby, and that baby was like the start of the Davidic line, which brought forth Jesus or whatever. So she was like a hero. Um,
Wait, your family?
no, in the Bible.
Oh, for some reason, for some
No,
like,
no,
oh my
not
gosh, I thought
personally.
you were talking about your mom for a
No,
second. I
girl.
was like, "No way."
No, my mom no, 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 no. So, anyway, the name is pretty significant. It's like a
Yes.
heroic,
Yes, heroic
but
name. I
I
love it.
hated it because, like, at home, like, it was like a pick-on name,
Right,
like,
right, for
"It's
sure.
ugly, it's ugly," but my dad still used it, so when I was like, "I need to own and accept every part of myself." Also, that name, I need to accept it
Mhm,
because feeling ashamed of anything, any part of yourself is really, like I said, how you get to self hatred, how you get to
mhm,
escapism, and how you end up participating in risky behavior, as my mom would say,
mhm,
like drugs and alcohol.
mhm.
So I was like, I'm Jehoshua, but they're going to mess that up too. So I'll be Sheba.
Okay,
So nobody can butcher that.
right.
You just Sheba. But yeah, so that's kinda how I just renamed myself because I was changing myself.
Mhm,
I was becoming a new version of me. I was leaving my job. I was embarking on entrepreneurship. I was becoming more spiritual. I was tapping into parts of myself that I had been ashamed of. Like you said, being a
mm,
gifted visionary who could pick out stuff that people have been thinking and say it. Like,
mhm.
I felt very ashamed of being that. So there was even a time where I was like, "Okay, I'm not crazy, I'm psychic." So
Yeah,
it's okay for me to know things that other people maybe don't know
uh-huh.
and I mean, it's just about self-acceptance, honestly.
That's so crazy. I've had those same thoughts, like, about I'm like, "Okay." I think I've had that exact I'm not crazy, I'm psychic.
Yeah.
But, like, it takes, like, okay, being almost, like, really 40, I mean, it was, like, my late 30s to really, I don't know, have the confidence to get there,
Mhm.
and then just, like, the intuition gets so strong,
Yeah.
and I'm really into signs,
Mhm.
and so I see signs all the time, and I'm like, "This is not just" and then the more I read about it, and the more I do feel that intuition. And I don't know about you, but when I walk into a room, I know what everyone's like talking about.
Yeah.
Like I can hear and sense and I think that is a little bit of my growing up and my mom having anxiety.
Mhm.
And then my dad also being very, just kind of loud and embarrassing, but
Mm.
like in a funny way. But
Yeah.
to me, I was just kind of like like didn't think it was funny
Yeah.
because I was nervous. And so I'd always be, like, scanning, okay, is my mom okay? Is my dad gonna
Mm.
embarrass me? Like, just what is the situation in the room? And so now every time I walk into a room, I kind of feel that same vibe, and I'll be
Yeah.
like, "Did you hear what they're talking about?" They're like, "What do you
Girl,
know?"
and hyper listening to all the things and not wanting to hear everyone's everything, but, like,
Mhm,
just being on it because that's the type of environment I also grew up in. Like, I
mhm,
was very sensitive, and it was, like, not necessarily just, like, eggshells all the time,
mhm,
but you did have to be on guard because you
mhm,
never knew what was gonna pop off.
mhm,
But I think also that is our gift.
mhm,
But I think also for us as moms, like, and I was having a conversation with my own mom just a little bit ago about this. I feel like the most creative thing we can do is evolve into our true self. So whether that's like exactly the mom that you had whenever you were 5, I'm sorry. I don't think it's natural for me to be that mom.
mhm.
My son's 21, so he's seen me be like 6 people,
Right.
you know. And I think he's okay with it, but hopefully I've taught him that it's okay to change.
Right, the evolution.
Yeah.
And yeah, of course. And same with mine kids right now. And just I'm going through a big change right now. And even with starting the Mommy Artist podcast, at first it was like, because I started kind of just with a laptop in my
Mhm.
room. And then it kind of evolved and I got a desktop. And that
Yeah.
was like a big thing. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to change this whole room up. And I wasn't getting the support or help that I needed.
Mhm.
And it was kind of like, "Yeah, that's cool, but I'm not gonna help you," or like, "I'm not gonna take time away from my work days to let you interview or to let you work
Mm.
because this isn't work," kind of deal.
Yeah.
And that was hard for me, but then also my kids at the same time, like, "Mommy, why are you always in there? Mommy,
Yeah.
why are you" and I'm and hi in the back of my mind, I'm like, "I know I'm doing this for them to
Mhm.
see that, like, yes, if you have this idea, make it happen, and no matter what anyone's saying or like, you can do it yourself,
Mhm.
like, there used to be a bed in here, everything, like, one day he went out of town and I got a friend over, we moved the bed, we moved the treadmill, I almost broke my toe,
Oh.
me and Hannah painted this whole wall together,
Yeah.
like, it was like, "Oh, I can do this myself," and
Yeah.
I even kept I don't know if I told this on the pod, but, like, when I had my wedding ring on when we were painting, I kept the paint on my wedding ring to remind me that I did it myself,
Yeah.
and it was, like, so symbolic until I finally got
Just
to
take it
take
off.
it off.
Yeah.
But just, like, it's so symbolic for them to see that and even though it's hard right now because mine are little, like
Yeah.
7 and 8,
Yeah.
um, I just know in the long run that they're gonna be I mean, I just hope
They'll
that
be
they're gonna be
fine.
proud of me and they're
And they
gonna
will be proud
be
of you.
they're gonna see this for what it is.
Honestly, my son is my biggest supporter when I have down days because I still do. Like, entrepreneurship is definitely difficult.
Mhm,
It's like if you hit a dip, you don't have, like, anybody really you can fall back on except for just having faith.
mhm,
You have to be faithful, you have to believe. But
mhm.
my son is always there to be like, "Dude, you got this."
That's
It's
awesome.
like he's so supportive. He's like, Mom, you come this far.
Mhm,
Like, are you gonna give up now? Like, just hang in there,
and he's
When
21.
he's 21.
That's amazing.
And I wanna tell you this though, like, even though, yeah, we do embark on journeys for our kids, but it's also okay if you did it for Megan,
Mhm,
you know? Like, it's also okay if whatever you're creating is for you,
mhm,
because what we don't realize is we also still need to reparent ourselves.
mhm,
Like, most of the stuff that I do is for little me. It's
mhm,
for that little Michelle that was getting bullied and picked on, or
mhm,
it's for little Jehoshua who wouldn't accept herself,
mhm,
And so that's okay too, because you're showing them you matter,
mhm,
because that's what we do. Like my mom, like I said, she's 75, and I feel like I've never really seen her just be selfish.
mhm,
And yeah, that's great. Like, I embrace it fully that my mom is a complete giver, and, like, we were looking at her chart this morning, and in her 5th house is Taurus. Her sun is there, and then I think her moon is there, so she's gonna be a full-time nurturer, but she has given everything
mhm,
and none of it to herself.
mhm,
And I'm like, when are you gonna evolve into who the child in you wants to be? Because if we get stuck, then we never grow up, you know?
Mhm.
And, like, it's kinda cool to just finally allow yourself to just grow up, wherever you're stuck at emotionally, like, I think you're doing it. I love
Yeah.
this because, like, you're wearing, purple check dress and a camo jacket. It's so cool,
Thank you. Oh my
but it's
god.
not the average mom,
Right.
and I love that.
I think I'm about to cry.
Do it, girl.
You're so inspiring, and I'm
Thank you.
so glad we met, and, like, you get it, and the more I get to talk to people on this show and the because it's scary at first, because 'cause I'm an introvert,
Mhm,
and I was scared to talk to people, and I was scared to but the more I've just gotten out there and manifested and, like, met new people, I'm like, "Oh my god, this is it. I'm supposed to be among this group of people." It's like, you need to go find these creative people. They're gonna set you free. And it's
mhm,
just so amazing.
mhm.
Oh my gosh.
That was a word right there.
There we go. In your own words, who are you and what do you create?
I am Sheba. The burp is gonna come, so I'm a little bit gassy, okay? Um, I am a mother, but I am a mother of more than just my children that I gave birth to.
Mm,
I am the nurturer of brands. I'm a brand builder. I am a PR girl at heart and by nature, and I create visual representations of people's dreams. I'm a creative, I guess, doula in some way. So, like, if somebody has a dream that is dying to be born, I'll help them birth it.
mhm. I love that.
That was a lot to say that
No, that
yeah.
was so cool. That was so cool. Um, and you're doing this and you're raising 2 kids.
Mhm.
What does that balance look like?
Oh gosh. I don't know. I think when I was a full-time employee, the balance was, work, 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 rush home, try to be a mom.
Mhm,
One of the reasons why I did this is because I wanted to be a full-time mom. Um, on my old podcast, we had a guy come and he said, "You would never wanna sacrifice what you would have to sacrifice to be that." And I was like, "Well, that's interesting, but I get it now."
mhm,
Because like, I went through a lot to become the mom that could go home at 3 o'clock if I wanted to,
mhm,
or the mom that didn't have to go to anybody's office if I didn't want to. Like, I lost so much.
mhm.
So I understand that sacrifice because you do have to go through a period of time where, I mean, you're changing.
Mhm, it's that growing
Yeah,
period
like,
that
we always wanna like, I didn't do, like, full-time entrepreneurship, like, with a good plan like everybody who should.
mhm,
I was like, "I'm jumping.
mhm,
I gotta get out of here. I gotta do it." So, being a full-time entrepreneur, it does consume you,
mhm,
you know? So, I have to really carve out time and make time to be with my children because I
mhm,
literally work more than I did whenever I was
mhm.
an employee. Because I mean, I'm building something.
Right, but you're on your own schedule too.
Right.
Do you remember when you kind of had the insight that you were a creative person, like, as a child? Like, when did you realize maybe storytelling was your language?
I really used to I guess when I was by myself, I would write stories, but I wouldn't even write them down. I would just, like, close my eyes and I would visualize, like, a movie
Mhm,
with characters and whatever, but really, like, it was for me to escape,
mhm,
you know? But that's also how I figured out, how to manifest
mhm,
because you do have to tell a story, and then you just have to, like, put it on paper and work a little bit to get it done, so I mean, I used to, like, get the broom and sing around in the
mhm,
kitchen, like, tell
mhm.
my mom I was going to Broadway and all
Yeah,
this
but
stuff.
were you in theater arts?
I was in the choir and I was in the Houston Children's Chorus,
Oh,
and I
cool.
did do some plays in school, but I was also an athlete.
Okay,
So,
didn't have time.
well, it was kinda like I feel like if I had put myself more, um, you know, into the theater, I
Mhm,
probably would have been more creative, but I was probably trying to be more like my friends
right,
than I was trying to be more like myself,
right.
which is creative
Mhm,
AF, like,
mhm,
if I had just let myself, like, fall into just being so weird,
mhm.
I would be so free right now, but I was
No.
trying to not be weird, like,
Mhm.
everything about me is weird.
But that's part of your journey.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think you needed that first part to then get to your second part.
Yeah. I think once someone affirms you, it's important to continue to affirm yourself.
Mhm,
Like I had to go to my mirror regularly and say like, "I love you,"
mhm,
because I used to say, and this is going to be another somber moment. I'm sorry to go here, but I used to say I want to kill myself a lot
mhm,
because I was very depressed.
mhm.
But one day I was like crying and just feeling so sorry for myself, which I mean is a terrible thing, but it happens.
Happens all the time.
Yeah.
All
And
the
I
time.
just had to say, I don't want to say that anymore.
Mhm,
I'm going to say I want to love myself.
mhm.
So I worked on it and now I do.
And then the more you work on it and the
Mhm.
more, like, positive self-talk you
Yeah.
give yourself, and it does kind of just I mean, it takes a while. It's hard.
Yeah, it's not
It's a
easy.
hard practice.
It really is, and I have to be honest, like, and I know there are probably other moms out there who feel like this, but, like, becoming a mother at the time that I became a mother because, like, I didn't even realize we were the same age because I was, like, someone's mom when we met, you know? Like,
What age did you have your son?
I was 20.
Okay, yeah.
So, like, when we met, I was already, like, his
Right,
mother,
right.
and I think he was, like, maybe 5,
Mhm, mhm,
and I was very depressed because I felt like I didn't get to enjoy my life because I had given it away to
mhm,
become a parent. And that added to my depression.
mhm,
But I think, like I said, letting yourself as a mother be a little bit selfish and mother yourself and give yourself some of you,
mhm,
it saved me.
mhm,
Like saying to myself, you got to take some.
mhm.
You got to take some, you
I
know?
love that. That's very powerful
Yeah.
and true.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wanna talk next about your art therapy. Okay, when did art therapy enter the picture? Because it feels so deeply rooted in empathy and just having kind of a natural intuition to help people. When did you realize that you could use that and then help other people, I guess?
After talking to my therapist.
Really?
Yeah. And actually, like, she's a hypnotherapist. So I was like hypnotized and like I went through all this, but I was full of rage,
Mhm,
and I was like, I hate a lot of people.
mhm,
I hate this moment. I hate today. I want to break some,
mhm,
but like, what do you do if you can't go to the rage room? You can literally create the most crazy, wild piece of like art with paint and a canvas and just let your feelings live on the canvas,
mhm.
you know? And so that's what I started to do. And sometimes I do that with my daughter. Like, I still look at the pieces that she painted and I'm like, I don't even know what that is, but I know there was some feeling in it.
Right.
So what I started doing was because I had a career. Well, I still do astrology, but before I was like, okay, you got to go do your work as a PR person.
Mhm,
I did astrology,
mhm,
so I would do like art with your heart. So we would, excuse me. So I would look at your chart and I would give you the placement. So, like, we did sun, and I think I did moon too. I
mhm.
didn't do very many of them because I got sidetracked, of course.
Okay.
Um, but I would tell you the placement and the aspects and, like, give you a reading for that part of your chart and then tell you to go paint it. Like, how do you feel?
Cool.
Like, give me a visual representation of your sun and Leo aspecting Venus or
Who were your
something.
client?
Just anybody
Like
who
friends,
yeah, people
family?
I know. Like, I
Mhm,
mean, I ran it on Eventbrite and
mhm.
just posted about it,
Do
so
you do
random
tarot
people.
readings?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
I got some
Yeah,
cards
still
here.
oh, do you?
I do.
Ooh. I feel like we need to get them out. But yeah, like, I let myself fully become, Earth Mother, Earth
Mhm.
Witch. I would wear a wizard hat and
I
dance.
love that.
I mean, I had a
Do
full
you charge your crystals?
yeah.
Same.
Yeah, I mean, I just asked the pendulum a question this morning,
Oh
so
my god, I hope it was about me, and I hope it was good. I also have a pendulum in my closet.
Yeah, I love a pendulum moment. I think it's so important to allow yourself that, like, and I wouldn't call myself a non-Christian.
Mhm,
I mean, I wouldn't call myself a Christian. I
mhm.
just feel like I wanna be able to and I'm actually gonna marry a Muslim. So, like, I just
You're
want
engaged?
yeah,
Yay,
yeah,
congratulations.
to somebody he's so much older than me.
That's
Yeah,
great.
and I'm, like, allowing myself to, like,
That sounds
do that
good.
because I mean, I know I probably look pretty young, but, like, you look young too. I was like,
Ooh.
"I'm way older than you." You're like, "Yeah, I'm 40." Okay,
I know. I
cool.
thought you were like, a 40,
I'm like,
okay.
"Alright." All right.
No, oh my gosh, that's
But
amazing.
yeah,
So are
so
you gonna convert to
I don't think so. I
yeah.
like being able to say,
He doesn't he's not gonna be like,
"No, no, he's not." I mean, he's a man. So, of course, he's gonna put some effort in. It's not
right,
gonna happen,
right,
but
right,
sorry.
right, right.
Because
You do
that's what they
you.
do. I
Mhm.
mean, I think most women know that once you get a man, it's gonna try to attempt to make some adjustments, and you can either say, because I mean, you're gonna wanna change him too a little bit.
Right.
We all wanna just
Right.
tweak him just a touch. But it's like, if somebody can accept you right now, they can attempt it. If they can say, "Well, I give up, but I still love you."
Mhm,
That is your person,
mhm.
you know? And
That's
that's how I
awesome.
feel about him because I'm gonna talk to him about astrology. So last week we were talking about Mercury retrograde, and I was like, "You're not listening to me." He was like, "Yeah, I am. It's like Mercury looks like it slows down or it slows down, and it's not really slowing down, but the right?" And I was like, "Oh my god, you are trying to listen to me." It was so cute.
That is
It
cute, I
was so
like that a
cute.
lot.
So, yeah, I mean, I still love a moon circle.
Mhm,
Like, "Hey, full moon's coming," or
mhm.
"New moon. Let's get together and write about our
Please
feelings."
invite me.
Of
I would
course.
love to go to a moon circle
Oh
with
my gosh.
you. Let's get into your business,
Mhm.
Creative AF Muse,
Okay.
because the name alone is a whole vibe.
Girl, 2 things. Okay, 1, I was in my feelings when I started Creative AF. I need to start a business. Like, I had this premonition that I needed to, like, change and help Black people in business because
Mhm,
we just complain so much about each other. It's like, "Oh, I don't wanna spend my money with you," or "Oh, this complaint," and I'm like, "Well, let's just be better."
mhm.
If we wanna shop with each other, like, how else are we gonna create, like, a community of people who shop with each other if we don't wanna buy anything from each other?
Right.
So I'm like, "Okay, I'm starting this business," and I remember I was, like, so immersed in it, so he was like, "I'm going home. You're full
You're having a
crazy.
thing.
Yeah, you're having a thing, you're full crazy." I'm like, "I have a website now," like, I stayed up all night, and I had no idea what I was doing. I just felt in my spirit that I need to create this
Mhm,
thing, and it was Creative AF because somebody had said something about, like, me not being that creative,
mhm.
and I was like, "Well, not only am I creative,
I'm
I'm
creative as fuck.
as fuck." My mom would prefer me not to say that,
As
but
I
as
go.
fuck, okay? So that's how I was born. I mean, that was in 2019. And then again, I took this long journey through spirituality.
Mhm,
And when I was like, okay, you've got to go do, because when I started, I was supposed to be doing PR. I
mhm.
was not supposed to be reading charts
Right,
or practicing spiritual escapism outside in my yard dancing,
right.
which was lovely. It was great, but my work is in the real world, helping people like you
Mhm,
in real life, right?
mhm,
So I was like, okay. So this guy I knew, he was like, well, maybe Creative AF is not the best, another person hating on me or whatever. He was like, maybe that's not the best name or something, or it would turn people off. And I was like, I don't think so. But so I'm going to use it anyway. But when I decided to start Muse, it was
mhm,
because I kept noticing people were doing the things that I had been doing.
mhm.
And I was like, so you're not gonna at me?
Like, am I?
You're not gonna tag me?
I
You're not gonna say my name, but
I
I inspired you? Okay.
know.
You don't have to say it.
Mhm.
I'm gonna say it for
What a
you.
great I love that.
Yeah.
Like, you are the muse.
Yeah. So like you don't have to say that you were inspired by something I did. I know.
Mhm.
I know.
I love that. Oh, I love that so much. How do you see branding through an artist's lens?
I think branding through an artist lens is very much an outside the box. Like, I mean, I went to school for business management.
Mhm,
So I didn't go to school for marketing. I didn't go to school for branding or public relations. That is my intuitive gifting,
mhm,
right? So that's why I allow myself to just do it outside the box because, like, I mean, I don't have any professor's voice in my head going, no, no, no.
mhm,
It's literally I feel like we should do it this way
mhm,
because I'm sensing your audience.
mhm,
Like, I know what's going to make them move.
mhm,
And if you listen to me, then you'll touch the right people. The problem I have sometimes is that people are very controlling when it comes to what they've created. So then they bring it and they're like looking for a doer. Like, I much prefer a client who's looking for a thinker,
mhm,
because I'm a good thinker. I have a team of thinkers and we also have doers. But if you just want somebody to go execute the stale idea that you have, great.
Mhm,
It's probably not gonna be me because we struggle there,
mhm.
because maybe I'm just controlling too, but also I feel like if I get it in my spirit to create something because I know your audience, I really wanna do it. We really need to give birth to this thing.
Mhm.
And if you're, like, blind to it or if you feel like something else needs to happen, then it's just not gonna work.
And it's like, you need to trust me to
Yeah.
do that. That's really cool. Okay, can you tell me about what experiential activation is? Was I
So
saying that right?
yeah.
Okay, sorry.
So it's
Let me
like
take that again.
okay, so when I came in, I saw these macarons,
Uh-huh.
and I'm actually pitching right now, a macaron company for an experiential activation, which is like an event basically
Yeah.
that allows people to come in and experience your brand. So, like,
Cool.
we could do one for you. If you want, you could invite a bunch of moms,
Let's do it.
and we could just have a mommy artist day. Like, we could do a painting thing.
Yes.
We could do anything we want.
Horror reading.
Yeah, we could do oh my okay. Are we coming up with an idea right now?
Yes, in
Okay.
real time. In
Okay.
real time. No, I'd love it.
Yeah, you could
Let's
do
do
one
it.
for
Let's do an
you.
event.
Okay.
Done.
Alright.
We'll talk after this.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. So I'm gonna have an mommy artist experiential
Yes.
activation.
Oh my god, that's gonna be
Welcome
so lit.
to the mommy artist, bitches. Can you tell me a project that you're really proud of?
Okay, well, it's probably the first big PR thing that I ever did. I'll tell you the long drawn out story. Just call me Ramble Puss because I'm like over here like, girl, and then
No, we're leaving that in though, ramble puss. For sure.
um, okay, so many years ago, and this might even been before I actually started my business for real. Might have been 2018. This could have been that could have been what pushed me to say I could do this.
Okay.
So I had a friend who had a bone marrow transplant, I think the year before, maybe a couple years before. Anyway, she wanted to do an event where we partnered with Be the Match, which
Mhm.
they came and swabbed for people to be a bone
Oh,
marrow.
cool.
Well, that's because Black people, there's not a lot of us on the list. So we were trying to get more of us to like swab and
Okay.
become
Yep.
donors. And we did it at Blake's Barbecue. And so she chose that restaurant because she had eaten there a lot when she was sick.
Mhm.
So we went to Blake's. We had this event. It was great. Mr. Blake was like, wow, we made the most money we probably ever made that day because we had a lot of people out there. But
Mhm.
it was because this was when social media was almost 2018. So I
Mhm.
mean, Instagram was not, it's not where it
What
is
it
now,
didn't.
right?
Mhm.
And I posted probably 150 times about this event.
Mhm.
So that was kinda how I'll come up with the number of how many times people need to see something before they actually buy a ticket or before they actually buy into it.
Right.
Because I posted 150 times by myself. This is not me running an ad, it's me posting, you
Mhm.
know? And we had a great event. So fast forward 2023, I'm sitting in my yard going, "What am I going to do now?"
Mhm.
And I kept hearing Blake's Barbecue. Blake's. And I was like, "Why do you keep saying that?" This is me
Mhm.
talking to,
Universe.
the universe. I'm just saying, What is it over here?"
Mhm.
So I get in the car, then I drive to Blake's Barbecue. Mr. Blake is in the driveway in the parking lot. He has this sign, and I'm like, "Hey, are you having a party?" I didn't even say, "Hey, you remember me?" Nothing,
Mhm.
because he's an older guy, so he didn't remember me, but I said, "Are you having a party or you wanna do something?" Because I figured he needed help with an event or
Right, you
something,
were, like,
right?
called to him. Mhm.
Yeah, and so he was like, "I'm about to close." And I was like, "No way," because he had been open, like, 34 or 40 years, like, long time, like, a long-standing staple in this part of Houston.
Mhm.
And I was like, "Oh my god," I was so sad because I knew that was where I was supposed to be going, right?
Mhm.
And he was like, "I'm about to close." And so we went inside and sat down, and I think they made me a hamburger because cheeseburgers are really good, and I was so devastated. And he was like, "Yeah, I want more people to know about it, but I don't know how to let them know." And I was like, "Oh,
Oh my
it's me.
goodness.
Let me help you."
I love
So,
that.
he paid me. I went to work, and literally, the day that he closed, we had, like, 200 people in there, which is way too many for them because they had a staff of, like,
Right.
but he said he wanted to go out with a bang, and that's what we did.
Mhm.
I think I had, like, 30 or 40 media placements
Mhm.
because it was, like, it was a big deal.
Right.
So a lot of outlets picked it up,
Mhm.
and I won an award for that.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I was really impressed with myself.
Yes,
Be
congratulations,
Thank
and
you.
you were called to do it from, like,
Thank
a
you,
higher
girl.
calling, and that makes it even more special.
Yeah.
And you were
Yeah.
so impactful to him too, like, you were helping so
Yeah.
proud of you.
Thank you.
Congratulations, truly.
Yeah, I mean, I followed what was being given to me,
Mhm,
through divine channel, and I went, and it really let me know that if you really listen, if you're obedient to that
mhm,
voice, and you're in that centered space of like, "I'm okay, it's okay, no matter what, it's
mhm.
fine," everything literally does work out.
I love that. That is a wonderful story.
Yeah.
Do you know what an HSP is? Highly sensitive person. Have you heard that term before?
Yes.
Are you one?
Absolutely.
Same.
I mean, when I look back, I feel like there's no reason for me to be crying that much at my house.
Same.
Like, and sometimes when I'm like doing self healing and I'm like, focusing on like how to recover from being a traumatized child, I'm like, you really were tripping. You know what I mean? Like, and so all of these things, I'm like, you were mean to me and you were picking on me. Like, some of my family was just being them. I mean, they
Right.
were aggressive, but I'm aggressive in some ways. But I spent a lot of time crying.
Yes, me too. I cry all the time. Still cry all the time.
Oh, yeah.
And it is but once I learned about that term, my therapist taught me that term, and I took, like, an actual test, and she
Mhm.
was like, "You are a highly sensitive person," because 'cause I'm like when I go to the movies even, I have to cover my ears sometimes because
Mhm.
the sounds are too loud, and I'm more in tune to, like, movies with storylines
Yeah.
and stuff like that than, like, loud
Oh,
movies,
I don't wanna
and
watch an action film, really.
no, me neither. That's
Mm.
waste time.
Yeah, why are we kabooming all the time?
Waste
Like, get to the juice, like, where's Emma?
like, there's been no word spoken in 10 minutes.
Yeah, but, like, there's I think there's a fine line between well, I don't say a fine line between, but I feel like in this day and age, there's a lot of labeling for highly sensitive persons.
True.
This person is autistic or this person's
Right.
on the spectrum, but I'm like, but what if that person is just a really deep psychic?
Mhm.
Because I feel like in shamanistic
Mhm.
cultures, tribal cultures, when you have, like, I had a nervous breakdown at the hospital also, by the way,
Mhm.
which led me here.
Mhm.
When you have some kind of nervous breakdown or some kind of break or evolution and you become somebody new, the shaman comes to get you
Mhm.
and says, I'm going to train you on how to use that skill
Mhm.
for the tribe.
Okay.
We're missing that,
Right.
you know.
In our modern
Yeah,
culture.
because it's like, oh, she's
Yeah,
crazy.
she's
Like,
just
no,
crazy.
no,
No,
I'm next up for the shaman.
it was a gift. You're vibrating
Yeah.
on a higher
Yes.
frequency. You're at a
Yeah.
higher level.
Right.
That's what I had to come to terms with a little bit of that too, 'cause it's like one of my things is like you can't have butterfly conversations with caterpillar people.
Mhm.
And I would try to have all these conversations with people who weren't getting it or who made me feel stupid or
Mhm.
who'd make and I'm like, my therapist is like, no, those just aren't the right people to have those conversations with. You need to keep those in for the right people. And
Yeah.
don't feel bad that you can't talk to them like that. Like they literally just don't understand.
Yeah.
They haven't transformed into their higher self. And that's what we always talk about higher self and being our higher self. And like I truly think in like my 40s and through this divorce and through this Mommy Artist podcast, like I'm really trying to find my higher self. And I love it.
I feel like you're her. I don't know if you realize it because, I think when we're journeying, we sort of just keep going, keep going, keep going.
Mhm.
We sort of miss those moments where we like hit a checkpoint.
Mhm.
Everything for me is like a video game.
Mhm.
So like you're at a new level now. So like she's
Thank
already
you.
here. You just how high can she go?
I
Or
love it.
how super creative can you become? And like even though like I do feel weird, I think weird is code for genius too.
Yes,
So
weird. I
like
love weird, the word weird.
how weird can you get, girl?
Mhm.
Like and as they say, do it big.
Mhm.
Like my hair.
Yes.
Literally give these people the most you that you can be. And that's where I'm at right now.
Mhm.
Like I love what I've done. I
Mhm.
love what I did. I love who I became. I'm still becoming. And I'm about to expand farther than anybody ever imagined. Like, if you were already sick of me, prepare to be disgusted.
Oh my God, I love that. But I'm not sick of you. I think I'm in love with you. Last thing about moms, can you give some advice to a mom who wants to start a brand or a business but feels overwhelmed by the mundane, overwhelmed by it all? What is one thing she can do today to to feel validated or to make herself feel like she can start this new journey?
Okay, so it is one thing, but there's a step to it.
Okay.
I'm going to give this to the moms. I found this exercise in the book, The Energy of Money. But you have to become the version of yourself who can execute on the brand, right? So what you have to do is brainwash yourself and convince yourself that you're this person.
Mhm.
So what you're going to do is take a couple of people. Well, no. Well, yeah. So 10 people is the max that I use, but you could do a couple. Anyway, you need to pick some people that you admire and you need to write down why you admire them.
I love that.
Okay. And any repeating words, circle them.
Mhm.
After you've circled the words, read the words and recognize that that is you.
Oh.
So you probably don't see it in yourself, but you see it in somebody else, right?
Mhm.
So then you're going to go take a note card and you're going to write, I am creative.
Mhm.
I am beautiful. I am smart. I am funny.
Mhm.
I am capable.
Mhm.
Whatever the words are that you circled. And you need to read that card to yourself every morning. And then you will actually believe it.
I love that.
Yeah, and you could actually, like, any mirror what I did was I had this long mirror in my bathroom. I took the words and I put them on, stickies,
Mhm.
and I taped it to the top of the mirror. So when I went in the morning, I just read the whole thing.
I mean, I want I'm gonna have my daughter do that.
Yeah.
I mean, because she's at a very, self-conscious
Mhm.
age of the ripe age of 8,
Oh,
and,
yeah.
it's like it's starting, all the things are
And
starting,
she
and
probably
it's
looks at
like,
you and thinks you're so cool, and you're
no,
like,
unfortunately, no.
"Well,
Maybe one day.
yeah. I mean, she'll get there."
She's like, "Mom, you're cringy." The mommy artist is so cringe,
Oh, she doesn't realize how cool it is to be yourself? Okay.
but she'll get there
Yeah.
because, like, I'm gonna teach her.
Yeah, my daughter is sick of me too most
Yeah.
times. Like, she's like, and I'm like, "I literally sacrificed everything for
Right,
you."
for you.
Like, still day to day, I'm
And
like,
I'm like, "Do you know how many of your mom's friends have pink hair? None." So I'm cool.
yeah, like, I'm the coolest mom of the
You don't
group.
know it yet. Before we're done, we have our hot seat segment. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, when you get an answer wrong, the floor drops and you drop about 20 feet. Are
Okay,
you ready?
cool. It'll be a break.
I laughed at myself. I thought that was way too funny.
Give me a break.
What is a brand you think is way overdue for a rebrand?
Oh, wow. This is a great question. Academy.
Yes. What's the last thing your kids roasted you for?
Probably saying words that are not cool, like, or phrases that are like mom phrases. My son's like, "Bro, please,
Bruh.
bro, stop, bro, stop." But yeah, that's how he communicates with me. But I can't be like, "You feel me?"
Yeah.
That's cringy. But
Psych.
yeah,
Do you believe in aliens?
I definitely do. I think aliens absolutely exist. I think there's so much beyond what we can see. I believe in the invisible and the unseen because, I mean, honestly, like, I communicate on that plane very well. So,
Mhm.
yeah.
Same. Basically, you're not allowed on the show if you answer no. So good thing you said yes.
Yes, good.
No, I've only had one person who said no, and it was my friend. And so she doesn't really count because she was a guest.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, Carly. What is your most used emoji?
Oh my gosh. My most used emoji is probably this one that's like, I don't know.
That's
Like,
awesome. I love that.
or I also like the melting. The melting one that's like, oh, please,
Yes.
I'm done.
What was your AIM chat name?
Oh my God.
Do you remember?
Oh, probably something soccer related because I play soccer.
Chick.
Yeah, it was something.
Mine was Lexus 85 because my mom drove a Lexus.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. I love that. It might have been, oh my gosh, I feel this is so corny, but I think at one time it was like Thugette or something.
Oh my
stupid.
God, I love it. Creativity, is it nature or nurture?
I definitely think there are levels to it. I think if you're going to be a cosmic being that changes the infrastructure of society, it's nature. I think if you drew a cute picture because you took art classes, it's nurture. I think there are just levels to creativity. Like, again, if you are a change maker and you're going to shift society, that's probably not something that somebody, rubbed into you. It was there.
It was born. Oh, I love that answer. Great answer. Okay, if your brand had a scent, what would it be?
Probably cinnamon.
I love that. Fuck, marry, kill. Fuck, marry, kill. Beyonce, Destiny's Child era. Jonathan Taylor Thomas, Home Improvement era. Or Usher.
Honestly, I think I'm gonna kill him.
Okay, JTT?
Yeah,
Okay,
just because
yeah,
but you know what?
You're back
then me, I would have married him.
Same. He was my throb.
Okay, well let's pretend this is
Y2K.
Let's pretend this is like Y2K.
Okay.
Okay.
Too, like 7 o'clock.
Oh, okay. JTT's gotta go.
Okay, kill.
Okay, kill JTT. Definitely fuck Usher. Marry Beyonce.
I mean, I might go that same route too.
Oh my God.
I might go that same route too.
If she could be my wife, I feel like my life would be more organized. That's one. And then also, like, I wouldn't have to worry about any of my bills because she would just be like, girl, don't even worry about
She'd
it.
be like, can I pay my bills? Keep paying my telephone bills. Hey, I really appreciated having you on the show. I love you. I'm excited for our future event that we're going to do together on a full moon. We're going to do all the things. We'll let you know. Hey, even if you're not in Houston, you should come to this one.
Yeah.
I'll post it on my socials. I'll keep everyone aware of it. I think it'll be a fun just event for creative minds, creative moms. Hey, if you're not a mom, come on over to Creative Minds to get along. And I'm so thankful to have you on the show. And thank you so much. And I love you. Bye. All right, besties, my glass is empty, but my cup is full, and that means it's the end of the episode. Remember that you can't have butterfly conversations with caterpillar people and that everyone out there is trying their best. Love you. Bye. You can find the Mommy Artists podcast on YouTube to watch the full video. Give it a like, hit subscribe, and come back next week for more iconic chaos and creative magic. But no worries if not.